Welcome everybody to the Super Joe Pardo Show. I'm Super Joe Pardo, and today on this show, we are doing Biz Coach Reacts to, wait for it, The Prophet, Planet Popcorn. I love popcorn. In fact, I had a whole double heaping full of popcorn last night when the kids wanted popcorn for movie night and then didn't eat the pop. I took care of it. I saved the kids. Well, somebody please think of the kids. Think of the children, please. Anyway, today we're going to learn all about the popcorn industry. I'm excited. I watched this episode a long time ago, and I know there's a lot of issues that arise here in this business. But before I get started, I need you to smash that like button for me for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this information, this business, entrepreneurship, lessons, and tribulations from other owners into your hands and your grandmother's hands, because she probably wants to start a business too. So smash that like button for me. It doesn't cost a thing. It helps me out tremendously. Get this video in front of more people, and we can help each other grow. Anyway, here we go. Let's get this started here.
Charlotte McBride started Planet Popcorn with a single cart and $250. 13 years later, they now have 30 employees, 3 flavors, products ranging from kettle corn to churros to crepes. Their popcorn sells at fairs and farmers markets all over Southern California.
By the way, I love churros and I love crepes, as well as popcorn.
But the bulk of her money is generated through downtown Disney. Planet Popcorn generates $2.5 million in revenue, but it's
Woo! There's a lot to be said for that. That's awesome.
Still can't turn a profit.
That's it's the story of so many people. I wrote my book Sales Won't Save Your Business for this reason, that there's so many people out there that they're like, oh, I made millions of dollars. Like, how awesome, how great is that? You've done that. You've accomplished something that not many people have done on the planet. Planet Popcorn. And even with that said, you've done it. But the problem is if you're not profitable, then it's all for nothing. You're not running a charity.
They're about $200,000. Oh. Charlotte's mother has mortgaged her house and loaned the business almost $200,000 to keep Planet Popcorn afloat.
It's like it's like, well, we're making money. We're gonna make more money. We're gonna keep doing it. We're turning dollars. Like, yeah, but if we're not making money, you're never gonna be able to pay that off. And that's a shame that her mother is caught up in this.
Planet Popcorn is an all-cash business, and that leaves way too much room for things like missing money and theft.
There's no charges on that. Then that means they were
was that cash on the floor? I saw.
Charging again, idiots.
Because of poor management.
Oh, I got more counterfeit 20s. The bank took them from me.
And a lack of focus.
I got my cheese orders right here. Oh wait, where do?
No, with that, okay, so the problem with counterfeit 20s is apparently, and I don't know if this is still the case, but back in the day, like 15 years ago, the problem with counterfeit money was that if you submit it to the bank as counterfeit money, you have to go through this whole rigmarole, and it's like a whole big problem. Now, you should do it because counterfeit money is not good for anybody. But it really can hurt the business owners, the person that it's hurting. So, but the counterfeit 20s passed. Are they? I guess they're not using the magic marker to figure out if it's a counterfeit 20. It's a cheap investment. It's a cheap investment to figure that out, so you don't have to pass the buck, literally.
This business is not as profitable as it should be. If they don't pay down their debt and improve their bottom line, this company will be out of business within a year.
I can't do everything, okay?
But as a business owner, we have to do everything, right? We're the problem solvers. We're the people that have to figure it all out and fill in, and play utility when we have to. And if you can't figure it out, then there's the answer right here. I'm a coach. Nice to meet you. Coach, consultant, profit strategist, and I can help you with all of that.
Potential to make a lot of money. I want to turn Planet Popcorn into a mega brand, like Mrs. Fields or Garrett's in Chicago, so we could generate $10 million a year.
That is a tall order of you're stacking yourself up against. That's awesome.
I'm on my way to meet the owner of Planet Popcorn, and I'm going to determine if this is a good deal for me or not. Good morning. I'm Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
You're Charlotte?
Yes.
Great meeting you. It's a nice setup.
Thank you.
I'd like to taste some of the popcorn. Is that
Sure.
possible? What would you like me to taste?
Well, my caramel corn's really good, so we'll give you caramel corn.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Thank you.
All right, so when it comes to caramel corn, it's all about Johnson's Popcorn in Ocean City, New Jersey since 1940. Just saying, that's where the caramel corn's got to come from. If Marcus hasn't tried that caramel corn, he's not stacking it up against real competition.
And you know what? The popcorn's big.
This is mushroom popcorn, which is made to coat. It's a better coating popcorn.
Tell me about that money. You just leave it in there like that?
It's petty cash when they run out of quarters or ones.
You have a safe?
In here now.
There's no cameras in here? Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would you not have Why would you not do that? What's the problem with getting cameras? It's not expensive to get cameras. I mean, all right, this was made in 2012 or 2013 or something like that, but some kind of camera system in like a safe box or something. I mean, I feel like in 2012 you could at least have gotten some kind of solution that would be in a lock safe situation where you could go back. I mean, come on, we had it on buses when we were kids. The camera. So I think they could figure it out. Or when I was a kid, there was a camera on the bus, and that was in the in the 90s. So I think they could figure it out.
While I like the popcorn at Planet Popcorn, one thing I don't like is the lack of controls around inventory and cash. I see cash all over the place, but I don't see the kind of discipline I expect in a good business. How much money does this fair generate for you?
My projections for this year are about 70.
So you'll do $70,000 in business in this one fair, but it obviously costs money to come here.
It does.
Bring the trailers here and
It
the
does.
labor.
Yes.
And if it rains the whole time, you could lose money.
If it rains, if we break down, if a lot of things could go wrong.
So unlike Disney that gets predictable traffic all the
Predictable.
time,
Doesn't set up and tear down. Easy.
this is harder.
This is hard. This is hard work.
Charlotte's Popcorn is the real deal, and it's easy for me to see how I can help her build her brand and make both of us a lot of money. But before I do, I need to see the rest of this operation and determine if she's willing to make the kind of changes necessary to take this business to the next level.
I love how he doesn't smile when he drives. Like he's not listening to music. He's not enjoying it. Like, I don't know, but I enjoy, turning up the music and listening, and maybe singing once in a while.
To the next level. Are you kidding me?
They're just cat little. I mean, now this is a TV show, so I don't know if they planted that, but cash on the floor, like that's no.
This
No.
is ridiculous. I mean, anybody could come in here and just take $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Charlotte would never know it. Is this Planet Popcorn?
This is Planet Popcorn.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm Marcus. I came
Casey.
by to see you guys.
My name is Casey. I do all the accounting here. I'd like to see the business more organized. There's a renewal packet that came from your insurance company that is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it's over here.
Expired.
I mean, for making popcorn, that is an awful lot of paperwork and things going on there and money. I mean, there's files. There's files under his feet. He can't even sit at his desk properly.
Today. I'd like to see the business grow, so it's really good to have the help of somebody like Marcus.
Is this the whole place right here?
Oh man, let me get that big. Yeah, what? So they had chairs, but apparently almost every chair is used as storage. If it's a flat surface, it's going to get used as storage. I mean, that's a common problem with flat surfaces anywhere. I remember we were joking once about creating new countertops at our truck parts shop that were all slanted, so you couldn't put parts and leave them there, for extended periods of time. Because clearly, no matter if there's a flat surface, it's going to get covered with something.
This is just the office part. Back there is where we do it, like cook all the popcorn. My name is Brittany McBride, and I'm Charlotte's daughter.
We need to roll all this and wrap it.
Do you want me to count Disney first?
Yeah, because we got to do the reports.
Okay. I do cash control, I count money, whatever my mother asked me to do.
How do you guys function in this?
I've talked about this in a past episode. When it comes to working with family, it's always tough because there's there's always a power struggle in some way, shape, or form. And when you don't have clear defined roles, if you're like, yeah, I just do whatever, I just do whatever. Like, that's how, like, oh, I thought it was your job. 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 I thought it was your job. I thought it was your job. No, it's not. It's somebody else's job that got slammed onto your lap. Meanwhile, they're making all this money, but they're not actually making profit, but they're turning all these dollars, and it just seems like such a underwhelming operation or overwhelming operation, especially if you're, of the OCD variety.
It's very
Just
tight.
do. I don't know.
Is there like another trap door that takes me somewhere?
This is my mom's desk. It's actually cleaner than normal.
Yeah, that's clean.
You know what?
Charlotte?
Hold on, that was clean. Oh, there we go.
This is my mom's desk. It's actually cleaner.
It looks like a lot of receipts, and I don't know what those boxes are, but
Than normal.
terrible.
You know what?
Charlotte?
That's the to be filed pile.
Walk me through your
I'm sorry, I just stepped all over your money. Okay, I am an organized person, I swear to God.
No, because if you were an organized person, that would not be acceptable. Any of this, what you have going on here, would not be acceptable.
Where's accounting?
She's counting.
No,
Oh.
where's accounting?
Oh, where's that counting?
You know where they
There maybe?
count the money?
What? What is that? More money, or what is that? Like snacks? I don't. What is that?
Do you guys just leave money out?
Yes.
Oh, that
This
is
would be a
money.
cool place to rob. Why don't you have a drop safe?
We're very trusting. You can't trust a lot of people in the world, but I really feel if I have the right people on my team, I'll be okay.
Hi, how are you?
This is Steve, my fiance.
Hi, Marcus. How
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you, Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing? My name's Steve Calderonello, and I'm Charlotte's fiance. I want to make sure it's the right deal for her.
He's very protective of me.
Well, he's not protective of the money. It's sitting all over the floor. I mean, come on now. You could do better than this.
I definitely will protect her and voice my opinion.
What department would this be called?
The catch-all.
I don't know, it's
Is that was like a Christmas popcorn bucket over there?
stuff.
Okay. What is this here?
Oh, these are my crepes.
So you're in the popcorn business, the crepe business, and the funnel cake business.
So my staple is really popcorn. That's how I started.
Right, and what it's going to look like is when she breaks down the numbers, when she actually like figures out the numbers from counting, what she's going to probably figure out is that the popcorn business is making the most money, and that's what she should be sticking with because it requires the least amount of differentiating, right? Crepes, you got different machinery or different cookery. I don't know. There's it's a different level of stuff, and you're trying to like cram too many different pieces, and you're so unorganized as it is that's not making for a good picture.
And then as I started getting bigger, I've learned more locations, more money. So
More location.
Oh, ding 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 ding. Yeah, good. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Locations, more revenue. Not more locations, more money.
Oh,
Yeah. That's good job, Marcus. Good job. Gonna give you a clap there.
okay.
Charlotte's business generates well over $2 million a year in revenue, but she still makes zero profit. What she needs to do is really analyze her business to understand where the gross profit is coming from. Which one has better margins?
Popcorn.
Oh, really? I mean, go to any. You don't have to go very far. You just have to go to any movie theater, which right now during the illness is obviously not a thing that you can do. But yes, it's popcorn.
So let me understand this. Popcorn does more business and has more profits, but you're in the crepe business.
You're correct.
Look, the bulk of the earnings are coming from the popcorn business, but she continues to be distracted with funnel cakes and crepes. If she just focuses on the popcorn business and nothing else, she will make money immediately.
This is the
Yeah, I mean, because it takes time away. It takes it. You're always gonna pay in time or money when it comes to time, money, energy. When it comes to doing anything else, right? Incorporating another step in your process in your business, whether whatever you're trying to accomplish, you're gonna take away from something to do something else. So instead of getting, one more popcorn truck and putting that out there that makes high margin. You're doing the crepes that makes less margin, requires another level of training, different equipment, different kind of vehicle, different, kind of setup in the vehicle. Not good for scaling. No, it's not good.
My kitchen. This is where we make popcorn.
When you have a cash business, you better have tight inventory controls. In this kitchen, I see inventory everywhere. Bags of popcorn with no codes on them, no tracking mechanism, so I know what we have and what we don't have. See, they look at it as popcorn, but I look at it as bags of money.
It is bags of money. Everything has a cost. I always say, like, everything pays rent. And when you look at how they're just, things are random. I mean, look, you got 3 different types of popcorn in there: cheddar, regular, and caramel corn in that bin. What is that? Is that an online order or something? That's ready to be boxed and shipped.
So I know what we have and what we don't have. See, they look at it as popcorn, but I look at it as bags of money.
My mother works here, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. I'm Marcus.
So
Nice to meet you. How much money has she borrowed from you?
Oh, she took a second out on her house, and the total was about $100,000.
Well, I don't know. I owed $125,000 on my home, and now I owe $250 something.
So that's more than
And
100.
then she owes me $10,000 from my personal account.
The most alarming thing that's happened to me early on in this discovery is learning that the debt that's on Charlotte's books is actually from her mother. Her mother went out and took a mortgage on her house to keep this business open. They make banks for that. Don't borrow money from your mother, because if your business fails, your mother loses her house.
Yeah.
How do you sleep with that?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, I mean, we talked about this in past episodes. Like, once the pressure starts mounting, we make bad decisions, like borrowing from our parents. We make bad decisions, like turning a blind eye to the fact that money's just everywhere instead of getting the systems and processes. I mean, just look up YouTube. Like, go to YouTube and type in how to create money controls, right? Take 10 minutes, watch a video, get ideas, and then go out and implement those ideas. I mean, that's why you're here watching this, right? Because you want to have your own business, or you have a business and you want to get more ideas on how you can control your business. So it's not that hard. Just look at what's going on. Think about if somebody else were to walk in, if Marcus or myself were to walk into your business and be like, "Why is there money on the floor? What are we doing here?" We're like, what are we, you're a multi-million-dollar business. From revenue standpoint, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
So let's say that we check the box, Charla. People, process, product. Your product's fantastic, but you got to have at least 2 of the 3 to survive.
Okay.
So tell me about your people and your process.
My people are amazing. They work very hard for me.
Okay.
My process could use improvement, but
Well, that ding, 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 ding. I mean, that's all aboard the breakthrough train there. She understands that she's got a process problem.
I can tell you this. I think I have a great business, because even though it's like this, I went from
Charla,
0 to 2 million somehow.
I understand that, but this business is only as big as you'll allow it to be. I came here because I believe that we could take this business from $2 million to $10 million very quickly. You have.
And that's a hard thing not to do, but for people to understand, because they're like, well, I went from 0 to $2 million. How did I do that? Like, even with just how, by the seat of my pants, we did it, right? And that's it works to a point, but it gets to a point where it's like, if you want to continue to make them to bring in money, you have to build those systems and processes. You're not going to be able to do it just by the seat of your pants. It doesn't work that way. It does. Walmart isn't that big because they just fly by the seat of their pants. They use data and analytics and listening to their people. They work very hard to get to that point where they're at, right? And to be able to keep it that way. This is not going to survive. I mean, if she got rid of those other 2, ventures, the crepes and the whatever the other thing was that she makes, funnel cakes, which funnel cakes, I mean, that's very power intensive. You're using the fryers, right? So that oil's got to stay heated, and so that's very expensive. Popcorn, you pop it, okay, there's power, and then you it's popped, it's done, right? Like you could, in theory, go there with already pre-bagged bags of popcorn. As long as it tastes great and it's like somewhat fresh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good experience.
You have to get a website, and you have to get it up and running, and you have to be able to fulfill orders. And I believe that there's an opportunity to grow the Disney business. And the best way to do that is to get a retail storefront inside of Disney, because what you have in that particular case of Disney is built-in traffic.
Absolutely.
In order to take your business to a national brand, you have to control the money and to control the inventory. But more importantly, you have to have a single focus on one product. You should become known as the popcorn lady.
The other thing about the Disney thing is, you're guaranteed a certain amount of traffic, but she probably doesn't even know or realize how much of her business is actually coming from the Disney thing, right? From her Disney stop. And if she did, then she would start to think like, maybe I need to get deeper in with Disney, or maybe I need to go over to Universal and get me a stand over there as well, because they have built-in traffic. Instead of just running around making, I think she said $70,000 per amusement, whatever they're called. I can't even think of what it's called. The fairs, right? So that's the thing. Like, is it worth $70,000? I don't know.
If Charlotte wants to be profitable, she's got to get out of other things like crepes and funnel cakes, and she can't be doing this fair business. I mean, it's a total time and money distraction.
I would also like to see, I wonder if Marcus actually tastes the crepes and the funnel cakes to see if they were actually any good, or if they were just like, it's a funnel cake, or it's a crepe. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not
I agree
great.
with you that popcorn is the staple of my company. The crepes, on the other hand, to me, is a pretty significant part of my business.
To me. So that means you don't know. That's literally what that probably means. Is to me, I think you can't operate in that. Numbers don't lie.
How much revenue will you do?
Probably about 600,000.
Of the 2.5? And what's the margin on it?
9% at most on that.
Netting 9%?
He's always wanted me to sell the crepe side of the business. He thinks it's not profitable.
I just think that letting go of that responsibility would make the most sense.
That's right. We have two sides of business here. We have the Disney business, which is wildly profitable, good margins, good revenue.
Yes.
And we have the concession business, which is low margin, high expense, high labor, high debt.
You're correct.
Yeah. Exactly. That's it's a different machinery. It requires probably more, like I said, more energy to create those crepes, because you're constantly getting the griddle like ready to go, or the press ready to go. You got to buy more product, more differentiating, so you can't buy in bulk as much because you're not selling as much, and you're only netting 9%. I mean, 9%. At the end of the day isn't terrible, but popcorn's probably netting them way more than that. And you can buy in way bigger bulk and way bigger numbers to make, drive that percentage up that you're going to make.
Charlotte suffers from what I call the 80-20 rule. Charlotte today generates 80% of her revenue from the popcorn business. The crepe and the funnel cake business makes up 20%. The problem is she's spending 80% of her time and her money on what generates 20% of her revenue. If she can get out of the fairs in the crepe business, her business would double, because she'd have 100% of her time and 100% of her money focused on the popcorn business. You have to have a different game plan.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, people like to talk about how differentiating is so important, and it is, right? Like she has a differentiator. It's not a differentiator, because you can get cheddar popcorn, caramel popcorn, regular popcorn, but that's three different items that you have right there. So to me, one thing that you could do right there, when you're selling them, is get drinks, right? Go buy like the Coke and the Pepsi and the water, and have that there, and then all of a sudden you're making even more profit on that, and it didn't cost you anything but going and getting it and having it there, while refrigerating it. So if they don't have refrigerators, that's a problem. But if in the short term, you could just get some coolers, get some freezing ice packs, throw it in the coolers, and then see how much you sell. it's not going to require like having a whole nother truck and a whole nother set of energy that you need and skill set that you need.
You should sell all these gypsy vans outside, to stop traveling around to fairs and open a storefront, launch a website, and become an iconic brand like Mrs. Field. I'm here to give you the money to do that, with the understanding that we're getting out of the carnival business.
That's the word the carnival business.
Those are my roots, and that's my social life. The social life are my fairs. I am not comfortable selling off the concession side of my business.
Charlotte, you shouldn't be putting your mom at risk every single day, wondering at 70 years old, am I going to make this? Am I going to...
Oh, she knows. She's like, yes, Marcus, tell her, please, because she's not going to listen to me.
lose this?
I may never get my $100,000 back. It's a frightening situation, but you almost do anything for your children.
So I don't like doing deals unless I have control for at least a short period of time, at least for a week.
I'm open to positive changes, but I just don't want to lose control of my company. This is my baby.
I would say that she doesn't really have control to begin with. If you got money sitting on the floor, you don't have control of your money.
I really don't want him coming in here and doing like all these changes to my company.
How about we do this? I'm in charge for the next week. And then at the end of the week, if you had operational control and I had financial control, how would you feel about that?
But you have all the financial controls.
What's all mean? The risk for me in doing this deal is that my money's going to end up the same place as everything else, on the floor.
Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. It probably will.
My offer is $200,000 for 50% of the business. So although the business does $2.5 million a year in sales, it doesn't make any money. And anytime I make an offer, it's based on how much money the business makes, not how much money it generates in revenue. I want to have operational control for a week, and I want to have financial control past that week.
No. It's ridiculous. I'm going to go.
Well, I don't know what these people think they signed up for, or whoever, applied to be on the show. This was in the first season, so episode 3. So whoever decided that this was, wasn't going to be for them, maybe they didn't know that this is what he was going to come and do. I don't know what they pitched it as before the show ever became a thing, but it seems pretty ridiculous that that this kind of stuff happens all the time on these shows, right? Like somebody's like, nope, can't do it, not gonna happen. It's my business. I'm not gonna give it up. And it's like, well, why are you on the show then? Because there's other people that need the help and want to be helped. The best are coached. The best of the best are coached. It's as simple as that, or mentored at the very least.
Steve's flippant about the fact that she shouldn't do this deal. I would prefer that he would be more constructive. I don't think he realizes that this business will not survive without a cash infusion. There's no money in the account today. Where are they going to get it from?
Well, they'll just have to go find somebody else that'll give him $150,000. Maybe Steve's dad will give it to him. Steve's dad or Steve's mom will give it to him.
You've done really good for a long time. You basically have a living for your mom, your daughter, and you're going to have some guy come in that's going to take control.
Not just some guy that, obviously he has his own TV show with CNBC. And he, oh, by the way, runs, is the CEO of Camping World.
Of your finances, and he's going to own 50% of your business?
50% of popcorn. Popcorn. You can make popcorn. You can do it again. And that's the thing that always gets me is that people get hung up on some of these simple businesses. And we'll get into this when I do the Shark Tank stuff. But people get hung up on these simple things of like, she didn't invent popcorn. She doesn't have the patent on popcorn. So she could do it again. She could change the formula and go do it again. Like, absolutely insane. And to try and defend the fact that like you walk in like what other businesses just got money laying all over the place, laying on the floor? I'm waiting to hear. Are you going to tell me? Because I don't think you're going to tell me, because any functional company is not going to have money sitting on the floor.
I don't want to argue with a billionaire about what actually full financial control means, for me, it might cause lots of havoc.
Hold up. You're not going to argue with a billionaire. Yeah, of course you're not going to argue with a billionaire, because obviously he's doing a lot more right than you guys are.
You can't get full financial control.
It's ridiculous.
You're right.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. Like, look around your place.
I can't do that.
I guess you're not worried about your mom. That money's that much then.
Coming up, if you think that I can launch you.
All right, so this is gonna wrap up part 1 of Planet Popcorn saga drama. If you've enjoyed this episode of Biz Coach Reacts, smash that like button for me. If you want to get more of me, go and to your local social media and look up at Super Joe Pardo. Go to superjoepardo.com to get more of me and how you can learn to work with me on your business. I am a profit strategist. I work with business owners literally from all over the world. So if you want to learn more about how you can work with me, go to superjoepardo.com. Please make sure you get subscribed so you don't miss any more episodes of Biz Coach Reacts. And I will see you all in the next video for part 2. Take care, everybody.